Hello and a very warm welcome to Midday Prime. In the next 1 hour, we will bring you all the stories and updates from India and the world. We will update you about the happenings in the world of business and sports, and we'll get you some interesting stories that are making headlines. But first up, the big news at this hour. Bharatiya Janata Party slams West Bengal government for not allowing Amit Shah's election rally in Jadavpur, accuses the Mamata government of murdering democracy, urges the Election Commission to take cognizance of the matter. Arun Jaitley says democracy has become a casualty in Bengal, where opposition workers are murdered, candidates are attacked and leaders are not allowed to hold rallies. Campaigning for the 7th and last phase of Lok Sabha elections in full swing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses rally at Ratlam in Madhya Pradesh, will address rallies in Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. Congress President Rahul Gandhi holds rally in Punjab, while SP, BSP and RLD hold a joint rally in Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh. Central Interministerial Team on a 3-day visit to cyclone-hit districts of Odisha. Team to take stock of the damage caused by Cyclone Foni. Team to submit report to the centre after holding discussions with the state government officials. Former ICICI Bank CEO and MD Chanda Kochhar being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in New Delhi in connection with the ICICI Videocon loan case. Chanda and her husband Deepak Kochhar were summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with the case. And in sports, Lasith Malinga's last over heroics with the ball helps Mumbai Indians clinch the 4th IPL title. Rohit Sharma-led Mumbai defeats Chennai Super Kings by 1 run in a nail-biting final in Hyderabad. Jasprit Bumrah adjudged man of the match. Manchester City comes from behind to beat Brighton and reclaims the English Premier League crown. City finishes on 98 points, the second highest total in Premier League history, as Liverpool finishes at the 2nd spot. Our top focus this afternoon, campaigning for the 7th and last phase of Lok Sabha elections has further intensified. 59 constituencies spread over 7 states and 1 union territory will be going to polls in this phase on the 19th of this month. Voting in this phase will take place for 13 seats, in fact, each in Uttar Pradesh and Punjab, 9 in West Bengal, 8 seats each in Bihar and Madhya Pradesh, all 4 seats in Himachal Pradesh, 3 seats in Jharkhand and the lone seat of Chandigarh. BJP President Amit Shah was scheduled to hold 3 rallies in 24 Parganas district in West Bengal today. However, since Mamata Banerjee's government did not give permission for the 2nd rally, which was to be held in Jadavpur, Amit Shah is now holding only 2 rallies. The first was in Joynagar in South 24 Parganas and the second is at Barasat in North 24 Parganas. Accusing the West Bengal government of not allowing Amit Shah's rally in Baraipur in Jadavpur, the BJP said it will hold protests and also move the Election Commission against West Bengal government for using undemocratic means to target the BJP. Addressing a press conference, senior BJP leader Prakash Javadekar accused the state government of forcing Amit Shah to cancel his rally in Jadavpur by first not allowing his helicopter to land for his rally at Baraipur and then refusing to give permission for the change in venue to Atkar.
हेलीकॉप्टर उतरने की परमिशन दी थी, तो हमारे लोगों ने सोचा हेलीकॉप्टर उतारेंगे, लेकिन कल रात 11:30 बजे हेलीकॉप्टर की परमिशन भी मना किया। ये लोकतंत्र की हत्या है। चुनाव आयोग को स्वयं संज्ञान लेना चाहिए। अगर चुनाव में प्रमुख नेताओं की रैलियां भी नहीं करने देंगे तो फिर चुनाव क्या मतलब है?
Addressing his first rally at Joynagar in South 24 Parganas, Amit Shah said that Mamata Didi cancelled his 2nd rally, which is her nephew's seat, out of fear. He said she is running scared that the BJP will defeat Abhishek Banerjee, her nephew. Shah also said Mamata Banerjee does not allow the people of West Bengal to benefit from any of the central government schemes. Listen in.
ममता दीदी कहती है बंगाल में जय श्री राम नहीं बोल सकते। ममता दीदी, मैं जयनगर सीट की मंच पर से जय श्री राम बोलता हूं और यहां से कलकत्ता जा रहा हूं, हिम्मत है तो अरेस्ट कर लेना। मुझे 3 जगह पे जाना था, जयनगर में तो आ गया, मगर दूसरी जगह ममता जी के भतीजे की सीट थी, ममता जी के भतीजे। वहां पर जाने से ममता जी डरती है कि भाजपा वाले इकट्ठा होंगे तो भतीजे का उल्टा तख्त हो जाएगा। उन्होंने सभा की परमिशन कैंसिल कर दी।
Mukta Arya, the new district magistrate and district election officer for Bankura in West Bengal, has taken charge. The election commission on Sunday appointed the 2008 batch IS officer, removing Uma Shankar from the post. The transfer followed complaints against DM-cum CEO Shankar after a clash between the Trinamool Congress and BJP workers on Sunday. Arya has been asked to join her new assignment immediately as per an order of the election commission. On Sunday, violence marred the 6th phase of Lok Sabha polls in West Bengal. Clashes were reported from Midnapur, Ghatal and Bankura. A BJP worker was killed in Jhargram district, while in West Midnapur district's Ghatal, BJP candidate Bharti Ghosh was heckled and a convoy was attacked allegedly by supporters of the ruling Trinamool Congress. And now correspondent Anibrata is joining us from West Bengal. Anibrata, political violence and alleged bid to undermine democracy by not giving permission for rallies or not allowing choppers of politicians to land continues to be the dominant theme there in West Bengal. What's the latest that you are hearing in terms of war of words, because between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress particularly, because we've heard that the BJP is saying that they are going to move the election commission. Also, what's the latest with regard to any follow-up action on yesterday's violence?
Yeah, Moon. To be very specific, and can be broadly categorized as the BJP traded the routes through Jungle Mahal and to wreck the citadel of Trinamool Congress. This is, a clandestine coup, because what we have found earlier, a war of words ensured, and he raised a lot of heat and dust during electioneering, and during election what we have found that large-scale violence, rampant violence everywhere in Jungle Mahal, starting from Bakura, West Midnapur, Jhargram, everywhere. It is because, Moon, what was earlier the left citadel, this Jungle Mahal was the left bastion, and thereafter in 2014, Trinamool Congress captured all the Lok Sabha seats there. Now, in 2016, Panchayat election made all the difference. It can be largely categorized as difference between chalk and cheese. What was BJP earlier used to have, wafer thin presence in Jungle Mahal. But in 2016, in the Panchayat election, we have found that they have largely penetrated in different pockets of Jungle Mahal. And the wave of saffronization is everywhere you will witness there in Jungle Mahal. That is the cause of concern. That here lies the story, because what was the citadel of Trinamool Congress, while BJP is trying to capture, the eventual clash is the likely outcome. So that is what is happening everywhere in Jungle Mahal. In the post-poll violence also ensured in different pockets, in Jhargram, in West Midnapur, today also in post-poll clashes are there. So that is what is happening.
Absolutely. Anibrata, we heard BJP President Amit Shah say in his first rally in West Bengal that permission was denied to him to hold a rally in Jadavpur because Abhishek Banerjee, Mamata Banerjee's nephew, we know, is contesting from the Diamond Harbour seat. He is the sitting MP there. So should all this be seen in the context of the fact that the stakes are extremely high for Trinamool Congress and BJP particularly, and for other parties also in a way?
Yeah, that's true, Moon, because BJP meanwhile emerged as the second largest party in Bengal. So BJP is the true contender of Trinamool Congress here. So this is not the first time that BJP was denied permission of landing of their choppers of Amit Shah and Prime Minister even. But it happened if the Prime Minister had to even change his venue in Bakura. That only few days beforehand this thing happened, before election, before the 6th phase election. So this time also we have found today in what falls in the Jadavpur constituency, that is Baruipur, where the Amit Shah was supposed to hold a rally, and that was administration denied permission to it. But Amit Shah held his rally in Canning, and again will hold his rally in Rajarhat. That's true. And certainly because Abhishek Banerjee is a nephew of Mamata Banerjee, is contesting from the Diamond Harbour seat. So, what they are broadly saying, Trinamool Congress, that Amit Shah used to raising such slogans that is creating tension and fervor everywhere.
Right, so the war was intensifying between the Trinamool Congress and the BJP.
Denying permission.
Ani Brato ahead of the last phase of polling as well, where polling will be held on 9 Lok Sabha seats in West Bengal. Thank you for having joined us. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is fanning out across 3 states, addressing rallies at Ratlam in Madhya Pradesh, Solan in Himachal Pradesh and Bhatinda in Punjab. In his first rally at Ratlam, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hit out at the Congress party and the Gandhi family. He stepped up his attack on the Congress over its leader Sam Pitroda's "Hua to Hua" remark on the anti-Sikh riots in 1984. PM said the remark reflects the arrogance of the opposition party. PM also said that the Namdar family is known for misusing government machinery for personal gains. He said, be it the submarine scam or the helicopter scam, all the Congress party could say was, so what, it happened.
एक ही जवाब है, हुआ तो पनडुब्बी घोटाले पर, सबमरीन घोटाले पर इनका एक ही जवाब है। क्या जवाब है? हेलीकॉप्टर घोटाले पर इनका एक ही जवाब है। इनके राज में हमारे वीर सपूतों को बुलेट प्रूफ जैकेट तक नहीं मिल पाती थी। आतंकी हमलों में, नक्सली हमलों में हमारे वीर साथी अपनी जान गंवा देते थे और ये लोग कहते थे हुआ तो।
The Prime Minister also targeted Congress leader Digvijay Singh for not voting yesterday. Prime Minister said that this was a display of his arrogance. He said that the first-time voter was taking note of each and everything.
नोटों से भरे बोरे कांग्रेसियों के घर से निकले। साथियों, इनका अहंकार कल भोपाल में भी दिखा है। देश के राष्ट्रपति, उपराष्ट्रपति वोट डालने के लिए कतार में खड़े थे और दिग्गी राजा, उनको न लोकतंत्र की चिंता थी, न नागरिकों के कर्तव्य की चिंता थी, न मतदाता की जिम्मेवारी की चिंता थी। आप तो जाकिर नाइक से भी नहीं डरते हो, फिर आपको अपने ही क्षेत्र के लोगों से डर क्यों लगा? ये कांग्रेस के महामिलावटी लोगों, देश का फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर हिंदुस्तान के सब नेताओं को बड़ी बारीकी से देख रहा है।
Congress President Rahul Gandhi is in Punjab today. He is addressing rallies in Fatehgarh Sahib and Hoshiarpur in Punjab. This is his first visit to Punjab after the party faced embarrassment because of Rahul's advisor Sam Pitroda's "Hua to Hua" comment on the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. In Fatehgarh, Rahul Gandhi said that Nyay will kickstart the economy. He promised to fill all 22 lakh vacant government posts as soon as the Congress comes to power after 23rd May.
न्याय योजना से आपको रोजगार मिलेगा, हिंदुस्तान की अर्थव्यवस्था जब स्टार्ट होगी, मगर वो नहीं रुकना चाहते। आज 45 साल से सबसे ज्यादा बेरोजगारी है, मगर 22 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां खाली पड़ी है। मैं इस स्टेट से आपको गारंटी देता हूं कि 1 साल के अंदर कांग्रेस पार्टी 22 लाख नौकरियां आपके हवाले कर देगी।
A day after polling in NCR, Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal will campaign in Punjab for the final phase of Lok Sabha polls. The state was the sole consolation for the party in the 2014 Lok Sabha polls after it faced a complete washout in the NCR to BJP. UP Chief Minister and BJP leader Yogi Adityanath is speaking now in Kushinagar in UP. Let's go across live to that.
मोदी जी ने व्यापक परिवर्तन करने में सफलता प्राप्त की। खासतौर पर आप सब जानते हैं, योग भारत की परंपरा की ऋषि परंपरा की एक प्राचीन विधा रही। 2014 के पहले दुनिया के अंदर जिस व्यक्ति ने भारत में योग सीखा हो, वो योग जाकर के दुनिया के अंदर अमेरिका में जाकर अपने नाम से पेटेंट कराता था। लेकिन मोदी जी ने ऐसा काम किया कि अब योग को कोई दूसरा व्यक्ति पेटेंट नहीं करा पाएगा, योग को भारत के नाम पे पेटेंट करा दिया। अब जब भी दुनिया के अंदर योग के बारे में कोई जानना चाहेगा, वह भारत के बारे में जाने बगैर नहीं रह सकता है। भारत में कुंभ की परंपरा, आप में से बहुत सारे लोग इस बार प्रयागराज कुंभ में गए होंगे, कैसा लगा? इस बार आपको अच्छा लगा होगा ना? वहां की व्यवस्था, वहां की सुरक्षा, वहां की स्वच्छता, कुंभ को वैश्विक मान्यता दिलाना किसके कारण? प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के कारण। और आपने देखा होगा कैसे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कुंभ के शुरुआत में भी मैंने उन्हें आमंत्रित किया, गंगा पूजा से कुंभ का शुभारंभ किया, और कुंभ के अंत में भी जिन सफाई कर्मचारियों ने स्वच्छता की एक मिसाल दुनिया के सामने प्रस्तुत की, उन सबके पैर धो करके उन्हें सर्वोच्च सम्मान देने का कार्य भी किसी ने किया, प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने किया। ऐसे लगता था जैसे द्वापर का वह दृश्य सामने आया हो जब सुदामा का पैर भगवान कृष्ण धो रहे हों। भाइयों बहनों, ये कभी हुआ है क्या कि कोई प्रधानमंत्री किसी गरीब का, किसी सफाई कर्मी का पैर धोए? लेकिन मोदी जी ने धोया ना। एक तरफ अपने सफाई कर्मचारी का पैर धोने की क्षमता प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी रखते हैं, तो दूसरी तरफ पाकिस्तान की छाती पे चढ़ करके भी उसको रौंदने का कार्य भी प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ही रखते हैं। दोनों कार्य एक साथ होगा। भारत के अंदर जो लोग भारत के अंदर मोदी जी की जाति के प्रश्न उठा रहे हैं, उनसे पूछा जाना चाहिए। दलितों के नाम पर बहुत राजनीति की होगी उन्होंने, बहुत राजनीति दलितों के नाम पर की होगी, लेकिन मैं पूछता हूं, मोदी जी ने 5 साल में 1.5 करोड़ गरीबों को एक एक आवास दिया, 4 करोड़ गरीबों को एक एक विद्युत का कनेक्शन दिया, 7 करोड़ गरीब महिलाओं को एक एक रसोई गैस का कनेक्शन दिया, 9.5 करोड़ गरीबों को एक एक शौचालय उपलब्ध करवाया।
You were listening to UP Chief Minister and Senior BJP leader Yogi Adityanath, who was addressing an election rally in Kushinagar in UP, where he spoke about the organization of the Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj by the BJP government in the state, and also said that the BJP is contesting the Lok Sabha elections on the plank of development and accused the opposition of playing politics of polarization. Let's move on now. The SP-BSP RLD Mahagathbandhan also held a rally in Gorakhpur today. Addressing the gathering, BSP chief Mayawati accused the Modi government of not fulfilling their promises made in 2014 of ushering in Achhe Din.
लोकसभा के हुए आम चुनाव में देश के विशेषकर गरीबों, कमजोर तबकों, मध्यम वर्गीय एवं अन्य मेहनतकश लोगों को भी जो इन्हें अच्छे दिन दिखाने के असंख्य प्रलोभन भरे चुनावी वायदे किए थे, तो उनका अभी तक भी इन्होंने जमीनी हकीकत में लगभग 1/4 हिस्सा भी कार्य पूरा नहीं किया है।
Mahagathbandhan partner and Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav has said that the Modi government has failed to live up to the promises made to farmers as well.
हमारे किसान को भरोसा दिलाया, हमारे गरीब किसान जो मेहनत कर रहे हैं, ये पसीना बहा करके फसल तैयार करते हैं, भरोसा दिलाया था भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कि लागत का हम 1.5 गुना मुनाफा पहुंचा देंगे। हमारे किसान भाई बताएं कितनों को 1.5 गुना मुनाफा मिल गया है। ये वही लोग हैं जिन्होंने कहा था कि हम किसानों की आय दोगुनी कर देंगे। बताओ कितने किसानों की आय दोगुनी हो गई।
RLD Chief Ajit Singh appealed to the people to vote for Mahagathbandhan candidate and change the regime.
इसी गोरखपुर में आपने 1 साल से ज्यादा समय हो गया गठबंधन को जन्म देने का काम किया था। आप एक नारा और सुन लो, तख्त पलट दो, ताज बदल दो, झूठों की सरकार बदल दो। तख्त बदल दो, ताज बदल दो, झूठों की सरकार बदल दो।
BSP Supremo Mayawati is drawing flag for a bizarre statement and personal attack on PM Modi at a press conference this morning. She also hit out at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying BJP is an anti-Dalit party. She also said that PM is not serious towards issues concerning Dalits.
उत्तर प्रदेश सहित पूरे देश में आए दिन खासकर दलित समाज की महिलाओं का जो हर स्तर पर शोषण व उत्पीड़न आदि किया जा रहा है, तो इन सब मामलों को पूरे देश के दलित वर्ग के लोग अभी भूले नहीं हैं और जिन्हें अभी तक भी उचित व सही न्याय नहीं मिला है। और यहाँ खास ध्यान देने की बात यह है कि इन सब दलित उत्पीड़न के मामलों में पीएम श्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने इसके विरोध में आज तक भी पूरे तौर से खुलकर नहीं बोला है।
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has hit out at the opposition or the lack of it in the political turf of the nation. In a series of tweets, Arun Jaitley launched a full-scale attack on opposition leaders, slamming West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee. Arun Jaitley sought to highlight the rise in political violence in the state. He also took a jibe at BSP Supremo Mayawati and questioned her ethics and lambasted her for unwelcome comments on the Prime Minister, adding that her personal attack today on the Prime Minister exposes her as unfit for public life. An 11-member central team is on a 3-day visit to cyclone-hit Odisha. The interministerial team, led by Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs Vivek Bharadwaj, will visit cyclone-affected district of Puri, Cuttack and Khurda for 3 days in separate groups. The team will hold a meeting with senior state government officials, including Chief Secretary AP Padi, before returning to Delhi. After completing the visit, the team will submit its report to the centre. The death toll due to Cyclone Foni rose to 64, with 21 fresh deaths confirmed on Sunday. Meanwhile, the administration is making efforts round the clock to restore electricity and water supply. In Bhubaneswar, 60% of the electricity has been restored, while it will take some more days for restoration of electricity and water supply in the most affected Puri district. In the meantime, the administration is providing water by tankers in Puri. And our correspondent Anuj is joining us on the phone line from Odisha. Anuj, what's the status with regard to restoration of water supply, power, that is electricity, and also telecommunication services in the worst hit districts of Odisha?
बिल्कुल मनमोहन, मैं अगर भुवनेश्वर की बात करूं, भुवनेश्वर का पूरा जो शहरी इलाका और ग्रामीण इलाका था काफी प्रभावित था। वहां पर पिछले 7 दिन के अंदर 60% पावर सप्लाई को शुरू कर दिया गया है। बाकी अभी जो पोल्स हैं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पोल्स हैं, उनको लगाने का काम तेजी से हो रहा है। करीब 5000 पर्सनल जो है वो दूसरे स्टेट से जो स्किल्ड लेबर है उसको बुलाया गया है। 24 आवर्स काम चल रहा है, लेकिन जो सबसे ज्यादा साइक्लोन से हिट इलाका था, प्रभावित इलाका है, वो पुरी और पुरी के जो ग्रामीण इलाके हैं वो हैं। सेंट्रल टीम भी दिल्ली से आई है, 11 सदस्य टीम है। सुबह से ही वो अलग अलग इलाकों में जाके जायजा ले रही हैं। काफी नुकसान यहाँ पर हुआ है। अभी फौरी तौर पर जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की तरफ से कोशिश की जा रही है कि लोगों को खाना जो है वो प्रोवाइड करा जाए, पीने का पानी प्रोवाइड कराया जाए। पानी के टैंकर, फायर टेंडर की गाड़ियों से घर घर तक पानी पहुंचाने की कोशिश की जा रही है। और हर ग्रामीण इलाके में पंचायत के अंदर रसोई घर बनाई गई हैं। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से लोग वहां पर आते हैं, खाना खाते हैं और अपने घरों में बच्चों के लिए खाना लेकर जाते हैं। लेकिन हम जानते हैं काफी प्रभावित हुआ है इस फनी साइक्लोन से पुरी और भुवनेश्वर के इलाके। रिस्टोर का जो काम है वो लगातार जारी है, लेकिन कुछ समय मनमोहन इसमें अभी लगेगा। पुरी के अंदर बिजली और पानी आने में अभी 1 हफ्ते का समय और लगेगा, जो हमारी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से बात हुई है। और जो सेंट्रल टीम आई है उसकी कोशिश भी यही है कि यहाँ जायजा लेकर वो अपनी रिपोर्ट जो है वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को दें, और हो सकता है कि आने वाले समय में एक बड़ी पैकेज, राहत पैकेज की घोषणा केंद्र सरकार से एक बार फिर से की जाए।
Anuj, what do we know about the itinerary of the central team? We know that it is a 3-day visit. Will they be split into groups, and by when do we expect the team to submit a report to the centre on the damage assessment? Because on that perhaps would depend the next assistance, which is financial in nature, that the centre would be giving to the state of Odisha.
बिल्कुल, देखिए 3 ग्रुप बनाए गए हैं। जो भुवनेश्वर के जो खुर्दा इलाका है जो सबसे ज्यादा प्रभावित हुआ था, एक टीम सुबह से वहां पर जायजा ले रही है। दूसरी टीम सतपुड़ा जो पुरी का इंटीरियर इलाका है, वहां पर बे ऑफ बंगाल का इलाका है, समुद्री इलाका है, मछुआरे काफी उस इलाके में रहते थे। एक टीम वहां पर है, एक टीम जो बस्ती है, पुरी की जो बस्ती हैं, पुरी की जो कॉलोनीज हैं, ग्रामीण इलाके हैं, वहां पर वो अपना जायजा ले रहे हैं। आज शाम को वो वापस भुवनेश्वर लौटेंगे। कल फिर से ये रूटीन रहेगा। कल सुबह से लेकर अलग अलग इलाकों के अंदर वो अपना जायजा लेंगे। इसके बाद परसों को जो है दोपहर को जो चीफ सेक्रेटरी हैं ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट के, उनको अपने यहाँ पर मीटिंग करेंगे। उनके साथ डिस्कशन करने के बाद दिल्ली जाकर 15 तारीख की शाम को अपनी रिपोर्ट जो है वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को देंगे, और उसके बाद ही कोई फैसला लिया जाएगा कि कितना बड़ा नुकसान इस एरिया में हुआ है। क्योंकि हम जानते हैं कल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने फिर से जो डेथ टोल की जो संख्या है वो जारी की है, वो 64 हुई है। कुछ ऐसे इलाके थे जहां तक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पहुंच नहीं पाया था, रास्ते बंद थे, लेकिन वहां से कुछ रिपोर्ट्स आई हैं कि अभी तक 64 लोग हैं उनकी डेथ इसमें हुई है। किस तरह का कंपनसेशन दिया जाएगा? जिन लोगों के घर बर्बाद हुए हैं, टूट गए हैं, उनको पैसा दिया जाएगा। जो लोगों के जानवर थे उनका अलग से हिसाब दिया जाएगा। हालांकि उड़ीसा गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से ये घोषणा की गई है कि जिन भी लोगों के मकान और घर टूटे हैं उनको घर बना के दिए जाएंगे, उसका पैसा उनको दिया जाएगा, और 15 तारीख से जो है ये एक सर्वे का काम शुरू कर दिया जाएगा।
So efforts are on to restore the basic amenities, and you're telling us that surveys will be done, particularly with regard to assessment of damage that has been sustained in terms of housing, and the Chief Minister of Odisha has also set a deadline for that. Thank you so much, Anuj, for having joined us. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has said that researchers should come up with out-of-the-box and innovative solutions to address the pressing problems confronting the world at large. Addressing the Golden Jubilee program of the Indian Council of Social Science Research in New Delhi today, the Vice President said achieving sustainable developmental goals, taking care of the health of the population, alleviating poverty, mitigating the urban-rural divide and the challenges faced by agriculture and those that depend on it require a fresh and practical approach.
No one can enter knowledge of society and success story without being armed with the knowledge of social science. If natural science is compared to a computer, the software is the social science. With social science, research should strengthen the database or information base of policy makers and should provide them with evidence-based inputs for policy improvement and also implementation. The interface with the policy makers is expected to enrich both the researchers and policy makers to understand the intricacies of issues and provide realistic solutions.
And in Midday Prime, it's time for news and updates from the world of business. And my colleague Nancy Kohli joins us now with all the business-related news. Nancy, any news emerging on the US-China trade talks?
Not really, Munmun. Will in fact be covering that in our business segment. But first up, the World Trade Organization ministerial meeting began in the national capital of the developing countries. Began in the national capital today, and the two-day meeting is being held at a time when the multilateral rule-based trading system is facing serious and grave challenges. Now, the meeting will provide an opportunity for the ministers to discuss various issues and the way forward. On the first day today, a meeting of the senior officers of the participating countries is being held, and the ministerial meeting will be held tomorrow. Now, 16 developing countries and the 6 least developed countries are participating in the meeting. It includes China, South Africa, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Kazakhstan and Bangladesh. And the meeting is also an effort to bring together the developing and the least developed countries on one platform to share common concerns on various issues affecting the World Trade Organization and work together to address the issues. The deliberations will aim at getting a direction on how to constructively engage on various issues in the World Trade Organization, both institutional and negotiating, in the run-up to the 12th Ministerial Conference of the WTO to be held in Kazakhstan in June next year. And former ICICI Bank CEO and MD Chanda Kochar and her husband Deepak Kochar was summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with the ICICI Videocon loan case, and she was also asked to give a list of assets disclosures made to the Central Bank, the Reserve Bank of India, the market regulator, SEBI and other regulators when she was heading the ICICI Bank. And the big story, US President Donald Trump has said that the US is right where they want to be with China as both the sides remain locked in a bruising trade battle. The US more than doubled tariff on $200 billion of Chinese goods on Friday in a sharp escalation of their trade war. Now, the Office of the United States Trade Representative has also said it has been ordered to begin the process of raising the tariff on essentially all the remaining imports from China, which are valued at approximately $300 billion. And the US President Donald Trump yes, in fact, Donald Trump also tweeted saying we are right where we want to be with China. Remember, they broke the deal. We'll be taking in tens of billions of dollars in tariff from China. This is what Donald Trump, the US president, had tweeted as far as the US-China trade talks are concerned, which have nearly ended without any deal, really. And US President Donald Trump and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping are likely to meet during a G20 summit in Japan at the end of June and discuss trade. The White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow said that over the past couple of weeks, China had backtracked from some of its commitments, and that the sticking point right now was to ensure that Beijing does put the changes it had promised into law. Listen in.
We want to be as sure as we can be. We don't think the Chinese have come far enough. We'll wait and see. The talks will continue, and I will say this is a G20 meeting in Japan toward the end of June next month. The chances that President Trump and President Xi will get together at that meeting are probably pretty good.
And to get more perspective on the China-US trade talks as they are concerned, the IAFT Associate Professor Dr. Pralok Gupta is now joining us. Dr. Gupta, good afternoon and thanks for speaking to us here on Doordarshan News. What long-term consequences are you seeing now as far as the US-China trade talks are concerned? Donald Trump has accused China of going back on its commitments. China is now retaliating an equal measure. What consequences are you seeing as the top two economies are engaged in a very bad trade dispute? Dr. Gupta, could you hear me? All right, I guess we'll try and reconnect. Okay, yes, we'll try and reconnect with the Dr. Pralok Gupta, the Associate Professor at the IAFT, to get more perspective as far as the US-China trade talks are concerned. But we are moving on now to some other news for the time being. The state-run oil marketing companies have slashed the retail prices of petrol and diesel rates across the 4 metro cities today for the 5th successive day. Now, following the daily revision in prices, the petrol prices in all the metro cities lowered by around 29 to 32 paise per litre, while the diesel became cheaper by around 13 to 14 paise. The petrol rates were cut in the national capital Delhi by 30 paise to 71 rupees 43 paise a litre, as against 71 rupees 73 paise yesterday. The diesel also in the national capital became cheaper by 13 paise to 65 rupees 98 paise as compared to 66 rupees 11 paise. That's the price from yesterday. And with that, it's a wrap on the business segment. But like I said, our focus will continue to be on the long-term consequences and what it means really for the global trading arrangement as well, as far as the US-China trade talks are concerned. But for now, it's back to you, Moon, for the rest of the news.
Thank you, Nancy, for that roundup. And now a look at what's happening in terms of international developments. In Sri Lanka, overnight curfews were imposed in several areas following a tense situation and attacks on mosques and business installations. Police curfew was imposed within Kuliapitiya, Bingiria and Duma La Surya police divisions to defuse a tense situation as mobs gathered to target a particular community. Several social media sites including WhatsApp and Facebook have been banned following the developments. Earlier, curfew was imposed in Chilo area owing to a tense situation that occurred when the residents of the area had objected to a social media post and attacked shops owned by Muslims and a mosque. The person who made the post was arrested by the police. Political and religious leaders have called for calm, saying terrorists have no religion and majority of Muslims in the country are opposed to such acts. And for more on this, we are joined by correspondent Santosh from Colombo. Santosh, is the situation still tense in many parts of Sri Lanka?
Yes, Munmun, situation is tense in some parts of Sri Lanka. This area is around 80 kilometers north of Colombo, where curfew was imposed last night due to some disturbances against the Muslim community, and curfew will remain in force for today night also. So there are some tensions, and after the Easter Sunday attacks, the Muslim community has been targeted in different ways across the country. So security forces are trying to keep calm, and Prime Minister and other leaders have issued a statement calling for people to stay calm after this Easter Sunday attacks and not to create more trouble for the country. So, yeah, things are under control. There are no major incidents, but yeah, some mosques and some shops of minority community were targeted during these attacks yesterday, and there were similar incidents last week also in Negombo. So that ethnic tension was always a threat that after these attacks, terrorist attacks which were carried out by local fundamentalist groups, there can be communal tensions. So that threat remains, and security forces are doing everything to tackle it. The security remains tight all over the country, and earlier the security crackdown on those fundamentalist groups also continue meanwhile.
Right.
That is the situation, that curfew will remain in force in those areas today night also. Munma?
Right, Santosh. So on the one hand, we are seeing that Sunday mass prayers were held for the first time in churches since the terror attacks. On the other, we saw religious tension in a way between communities in Sri Lanka. What are the measures being taken as a precautionary measure so that the situation does not spiral out of control once again?
Yes, this situation has remained, has almost come back to normal as per the security forces, and they have maintained that 85% of the suspects have been taken into arrest, and the other crackdown and search operations are continuing. So that way security situation is almost normal, but there are certain rumors, certain threats that there can be another attack, which government is trying to quiet down, because they say that no, security is under control. At the same time, as I said, maintaining communal harmony is a big challenge, and for that religious leaders and politicians have come forward and requested people to maintain calm. And moreover, after emergency is in force, so around 15,000 security forces are deployed all over the country to maintain peace. So till that crampdown remains, there is no major threat, but of course there are certain elements in different communities who may like to take advantage of this situation and create trouble. But for that, security forces are on alert all over the country, and they are taking every precaution not to allow things to go beyond any limitation.
And also the person who was behind the social media post that sparked communal strife has been arrested. So the Sri Lankan authority is not taking any chances. Santosh, that's all the time that we have for this. We'll keep coming back to you for more in subsequent bulletins. In more international news, 4 commercial ships were subjected to sabotage operations on Sunday near UAE's territorial waters in the Gulf of Oman, east of Fujairah. A statement of the UAE Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation said that the concerned authorities have taken all necessary measures and are investigating the incident in cooperation with local and international bodies. However, no details have been given regarding the sabotage. The reported incident comes as the US has warned ships that Iran or its proxies could be targeting maritime traffic in the region, underlining the regional risk. The General Secretary of the Six Nation Gulf Cooperation Council described the alleged sabotage as a serious escalation in an overnight statement. Iran has also called attacks on ships in the Gulf alarming. Tensions have risen in the air since President Donald Trump withdrew from the United States' 2015 nuclear deal with Iran and other world powers, restoring American sanctions that have pushed Iran's economy into crisis. And Kanchan is joining us now on the phone line from Dubai. Kanchan, what's the latest with regard to the situation that you are hearing? Also, what is the UAE saying in terms of what was the nature of the sabotage, whether vessels were damaged in this sabotage bid, and who possibly could be behind this?
Munmun, as far as UAE's statement is concerned, they have not named anybody, and they've also said there have been no injuries or fatalities on board the vessels, and there has been no spillage of harmful chemicals or fuel. But they have said that this is a very, very serious development, and they've called on the international community to assume its responsibilities to prevent such actions by any parties. They haven't named, but they said any parties attempting to undermine maritime traffic safety and security. And Munmun, I would like to add that Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia's energy minister, Khalid Al-Fali, he, in fact, the Saudi has given a statement today, and they have confirmed that at 6 a.m. on Sunday, that is yesterday, two of the Saudi oil tankers are subjected to sabotage attack. So out of the 4 commercial vessels, at least they have claimed that 2 Saudi oil tankers were subject to sabotage attack in the exclusive economic zone of the United Arab Emirates. And they said that 2 of these vessels were loaded with Saudi crude oil, and they were to be delivered to Saudi Aramco's customers in the United States. But they have also confirmed that the attack did not lead to any casualties or oil spill, but it has caused significant damage to the structure of the 2 vessels.
Kanchan, are we seeing US-Iran tensions playing out in the Gulf? Also because the US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is set to visit Brussels to discuss what are being called pressing issues that could include Iran.
Absolutely. I mean, last week, as you're aware, that Iran had issued a statement. In fact, in a televised address, President Rouhani had said that they will withdraw partially from some of the commitments which were made under the 2015 international nuclear deal. And as you're also aware, that United States last year in May had decided to pull out of this commitment. That was a unilateral decision which US had taken, although the allies were not really in favor of it. But this year, when President Hassan Rouhani finally decided to withdraw, he also sort of issued an ultimatum asking the rest of the signatories to the deal, that is Britain, China, France, Germany and Russia, to sort of tell them to honor the deal, and he has given them about 60 days to implement the commitment. So let us see how it plays out. Of course, there is tension in the air, and yesterday's incident has kind of escalated it to a point.
So tensions have escalated in the Gulf region. Thank you, Kanchan Prasad, for having joined us from Dubai. Well, the Philippines began its midterm elections today that is expected to consolidate President Rodrigo Duterte's power in the Congress. Millions of eligible voters flocked to public schools turned polling centers to cast their votes on 12 vacant seats in the Senate, vital to passing laws that would make or break Duterte's 6-year presidency. Latest surveys from social weather stations and Pulse Asia show that candidates endorsed by Duterte are expected to win big, with little room for the opposition led by the Liberal Party. The Commission on Elections estimates there are 61 million eligible voters who are also expected to vote for 18,000 other positions in local government and the House of Representatives. And time now for all the sports action. And And my colleague Tapas Bhattacharya now joins us with all the sports action. Tapas, it was a nail-biting encounter yesterday, isn't it, in the IPL 4 final?
Absolutely. It was a absolutely thriller contest, and Mumbai Indians finally defeated defending champions Chennai Super Kings by a mere 1 run in a thriller in Hyderabad on Sunday to become the first team to win the Indian Premier League 4 times. Shane Watson played a starring role for Chennai Super Kings in the final for the second successive year, but his efforts were in vain as Mumbai made a spectacular comeback. After fortune shifted both ways, Chennai Super Kings needed 9 of the final over, but Lasith Malinga, who had gone for 20 in his previous over, gave away only 7 in the final over of the season to seal a sensational victory for the Mumbai. No team had ever defeated Chennai Super Kings 4 times in an IPL season. Mumbai had got the better of CSK in the league stages twice and had crushed them in the first qualifier before the nail-biting win in the final. So that was news from the IPL. Now shifting gears to EPL. The Manchester City are the Premier League champions once again. City retained the Premier League trophy after coming from behind to beat Brighton 4-1 and see off Liverpool's relentless challenge on the final day of the season on Sunday. Liverpool meanwhile beat Wolves 2-0 at Anfield to finish a single agonizing point adrift.
The Premier League title courtesy of 4-1 win over Brighton on the final match day of the 2018-19 campaign. City entered the clash at the Amex Stadium 1 point clear of second place Liverpool, knowing that a victory over Seagulls would see them become the first side to retain the Premier League title for 10 years. Glenn Murray gave the Albion the lead with a glancing header from a corner after 27 minutes. Manchester City's response was instant, emphatic and ruthless as they swept Brighton aside to end the campaign with a record 14 successive league victories, making it 32 in all, which equals the record they set last season. City may not have repeated the 100 points that won them the title last season, but this was arguably an even sweeter success given the season-long battle with Liverpool. They will now aim to complete a unique domestic treble when they face Watford in the FA Cup final at Wembley on 18th of May. Liverpool bid for the first Premier League title and a first top-flight triumph in 29 years ended in a failure despite a 2-0 victory over Wolves. Sadio Mane scored the opening goal after 17 minutes. In the second half, Mane once again found the back of the net to join Liverpool teammate Mohamed Salah and Arsenal's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as the Premier League's top scorer on 22 goals. Liverpool keeper Alisson was confirmed as the Golden Glove winner with 21 clean sheets. The victory was Liverpool's 9th in a row and their 30th overall in the league. They finished on 97 points, the third highest top-flight total in English football history, behind City's started triumph this season, 98, and last season's 100.
14 wins in his first.
Manchester United ended their Premier League campaign with a 2-0 home defeat to relegated Cardiff City. Mendes Lang opened the scoring for Cardiff from a penalty spot after being brought down in the box by Thiago Dalot before scoring his second after the break. Defeat means United have won just one of their final 7 games of the season as City rivals Manchester City won the Premier League title for the second season in succession. Sports Desk, DG News.
In there from Nathaniel Mendes Lang. Scott McTominay dives in, thinks he can win this.
Well, Lewis Hamilton rode back to the top of the Formula One World Championship on Sunday with victory in Spain as Mercedes continued their record start to a season with a 5th successive 1-2. The 76th victory of the 5-times world champion's career and the 3rd of the season sent the Briton 7 points clear of Finnish teammate Valtteri Bottas after 5 of the 21 races. Max Verstappen finished 3rd for Honda-powered Red Bull. Well, Munmun, that's all from the Sports Prime. Back to you for more news and updates.
Thanks, Tapas, for that. And now it's time for our next segment, Live Prime, where we bring you stories from the world of art, culture, cinema, fashion, science and innovation. Stories that are bringing smiles, stories that are changing lives. Historically acclaimed temple festival Thrissur Puram kicked off on Monday with the arrival of Cheru Purams from more than 8 temples. The Puram will conclude on Tuesday with Upacharam Cholal ceremony. The festival commenced a day after Kerala's tallest elephant, Techikotu Kavu Ramachandran, was allowed to participate in the opening of Thrissur Puram for the elephant parade. The festival is celebrated every year between late April and mid-May. So those festivities have begun. That's all that we have for you in this edition of Midday Prime. For all the latest news and updates, you can log on to our Twitter and YouTube handles. News and updates will continue on DD News and DD India. Thanks for watching.